Hi guys, Kayla here and welcome to Kayla Bean Gaming, also known as KBW. And today, this channel is actually requested from a comment from my other video. It's actually a really good video. I'll link in the description. But yeah, today we're watching Jaiden animations because I kind of like her covers right from the start. But let's see what let's see what this Jaiden girl is really all about. So our most popular video is injuries and being sick. Now I know you're thinking, but Kayla, what about I attempted my first Pokemon? No. Sorry, we're not doing the Pokemon series. And that video, that's for another day. But for now, we got injuries and being sick and things that happened while I grew up. So yeah, let's start. 3, 2, 1.
Tired of TurboTax? Feel like a winner.
Being sick is the pits. I should know, because I'm sick right now. You can probably hear it in my disgust.
Okay, yeah, I'm sick right now too, okay, guys? You can kind of hear it in my voice too. Yeah, I'm 100% sick.
Nasally voice, and I probably shouldn't be recording a YouTube video right now. But you know what? Life stops for no one, and I'm not gonna get left behind. But for real, I was like, I need to get started on the next video, but my voice sounds like I drowned in cheese graters. Whatever. Let's talk about being sick. It's relevant enough. I'm fortunate to have a really good immune system. I never get sick. Believe it or not, from elementary school through high school, guess how many days I've missed from being sick? Don't guess. I'm gonna tell you anyway. It's 2. And they were
2? Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you can okay. 2, oh my gosh. Only being sick for 2 days, something's wrong with your body. Your body is just different from other people. And, knowing how much you've missed school from, elementary school to, college, oh my gosh, I could have never done that. Guys, I get sick almost all the time. I think I get it from my mom because my dad, he barely even gets sick.
back to back, so I was just really dying that one time. I mean, sure, I've gotten sick here and there, and my mom was just like, oh, you're fine, pack your bag, you're going to school. Missing arm? Yeah. If the lizards can regrow their limbs, so can you. So that number doesn't tell everything, but I think 2 is a pretty good score to have over 12 years. I'm not like a crazy germaphobe, though. I don't go out of my way to avoid being exposed to sickness or actively try to kill any bacteria that may give me some sniffles. Sometimes I forget to wash my hands. I heard that kids who are more exposed to germs and stuff when they were young were able to more efficiently build immunities to them. So maybe as a kid I just ate a lot of dirt, but even though being sick makes you want to just give up on everything because your eyes are red and your head hurts and you're tired all the time but can't sleep because your nose is plugged and you can't breathe and everything is agony and life is pain and nothing is worth it in the end, there's some pros that can come from it, like you don't have to share anything. Because no one wants to share anything with your disgusting diseased self. Do you have a pencil I can borrow? I've got a cold. Never mind. Can I have some of your food? I have the flu. Keep it. Do you want to hang out? I'm sick. Oh, no, it's okay. We can just sick of your bullcrap. Yeah! Being sick is the best excuse to be a bad member of society and get sympathy for it. Any other time, if you were to sleep in till 12 and then stay in bed all day on the computer, people would just think you're really lazy and have no motivation. But if you just say, oh, I was sick, all of a sudden, oh, you poor thing, get better soon. Can I get you anything? Oh, you're...
Yeah, I think just the word sick makes people have a whole different perspective of you. If someone's mad at you, but I'm sick, oh, would you like some chicken soup? Or maybe some water? They just care about you so much more if you're sick.
Such a trooper. It's great. Also, you have the power to claim anything you touch. To each their own, but I also use being sick as an excuse to not talk to anyone because I'm a pathetic shy blob. Good job, immune system. You have failed me. Once as a kid, my brother got pink eye and my family pretty much barricaded him in his room and didn't let him touch anything. It's funny how as soon as someone gets sick, everyone is empathetic towards them, but also kind of treats them like an unpredictable rabid animal. Alright, you just stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I got you some soup. Ah! Stay over there! I'll push the bowl to you with this stick. Feel better soon. I think the worst thing I had growing up was a few migraines here and there. The first time I had a migraine was in 6th grade. I was sitting in class and all of a sudden my eyes started not working. Like, I would look in one direction and I couldn't see anything in my peripheral vision. It was all gray and foggy. And at first I was like, whoa, this is weird. So this is what blind people see. And I was kind of fascinated by it. Then all of a sudden it felt like my brain exploded. I got to go home early. But I don't count that as a sick day because I was at school for the majority of it. If you've never had a migraine, take a moment to...
Okay, yeah, I've only had a migraine once in my life. And oh my gosh, guys, I cried. I actually cried. That's how bad it was. If you've never had a migraine, be grateful for it. Be grateful for it.
Just appreciate that, because they're one of the worst things ever. I mean, there's worse, but they're up there. I haven't even had any really bad injuries either. The only serious injury I've had was when I was 9. I'm saying serious because I had to go to the ER, but it's really not that bad. For my birthday one year, my parents got me Heelys. Do you remember those? The shoes with the wheel in them? I didn't specifically ask for them, but after a few months I decided to start trying them out. I'd roll around in the house up and down the halls, and it was pretty fun. Then one time I decided to take them out on the streets. Our neighborhood was on a slant, so there was a bit of a steep angle to the cul-de-sac, and I was like, this is a good idea. Foreshadowing, it very wasn't. I started going down the road and picking up speed, and like 2/3 of the way down, the tiniest little pebble was like, hey there, friend! And clogged the wheel and threw me forward. I hit my head on the road and opened a huge gash in my chin. My mom was outside talking to our neighbor, so she saw the whole thing and was like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later, Wendy. We're gonna waltz on over to the hospital now. My adrenaline was still pumping super hard, so I didn't feel a thing, and I was like, no, Mom, I'm fine. It's not that bad. I'm okay. But she was like, no, we're going to the hospital. I had to hold a towel over my chin to keep from bleeding all over the car. She didn't let me see the damage at the time, but I asked her about it a bit ago, and she said she didn't want me to see the cut because even she was freaked out about it. This description isn't for the squeamish, but she described it as like another mouth I gashed out of my head. Hey friend, sorry about all this. Okay, yeah, it's probably for the best you didn't let me see that. So I went to the hospital and ended up getting 3 stitches in my chin. When I was waiting for the doctor, a doctor from another room walked in to get some water and was like, what are you in for? She hit her chin on the road. Oh, yeah, I've been there before. And he showed us a scar in his chin. And then another doctor overheard from the other room and was like, yep, same story. And he had a scar on his chin. So that was a nice human bonding experience. I didn't know so many doctors had Heelys. When I went to school the next day...
that is so weird. Like, how do you... that's like breaking your arm, going to the hospital, and the doctor's like, so why are you here? She broke her arm. Oh, same here. Same here.
I had a bandage on my stitches, and all of my 2 friends were like, whoa, what happened? I hit my chin on the road. Whoa! And I felt really cool, and it made me want to like break my arm or something to be even cooler. So this video took a lot longer.
Okay, so that was actually pretty cool. And I think Jaiden and Behood also had time. So you know what, just for that. Yeah, that's right. I'll subscribe to Jaiden Animations. And you should too. I'll link her channel in the description. Anyway, next video. Things that happened while I grew up. So let's start. 3, 2, 1.
Like a good neighbor, stay.
When I was living on my own for the first time, I had to go to the store and get milk and paper towels, and that was the first time I was like, wow, I am such a freaking adult. I really appreciate the childhood my parents were able to give me. I'm really privileged to have grown up in a functional house where my parents didn't want me to die. I made a parent stories video a little over a year ago, and I rewatched it to make sure I didn't repeat any topics. And all I'm gonna say is those stories and animation are not worth 10 million views. That video, I don't like it. I don't like that.
Yeah. Oh, Jaiden's being so humble. Like, yeah, it totally does not deserve 10,000 views. You know, like, the animation's bad, and I just don't like it. It really doesn't deserve 10,000 views.
Video. My parents were really big on manners and being polite. We've got some Asian blood in us, so we can't bring dishonor to our family. We do all the typical things like call adults Mr. and Mrs., ask to be excused from dinner, make sure to thank everyone for everything ever, bow to our superiors. When my mom had new people come over to the house, she would make me introduce myself and shake their hand, and then when no one was looking, she'd pull me aside to a different room and quiz me. What color are their eyes? That was my mom's training course to—
Okay. Yeah, I know that, like, it's good to be polite, but that's kind of another step ahead. Like, what color is my underwear?
get me to be good at eye contact, because I guess I used to be stupid and not look at people when they talked. But I remember that kind of backfired because I'd be so focused on memorizing their eyes that I wouldn't pay attention to what they were saying. Hi Jaiden, how are you? Alright, loser, I've got a quiz to take. Now that I've got 20 years of aced eye quizzes under my belt, I'm an eye contact wizard. I graduated top of my class in eye contact. I've got eye contact master's degrees. Well, every once in a while, some people make me nervous and I get shy. But other than that, I'm an eye contact powerhouse. I realized more recently that I think sometimes I go overboard and just end up staring at people by accident, and it's very weird, and I'm sorry at everyone. My mom would also be really strict on me saying pardon all the time instead of what. Like, she would say something I didn't hear and I'd go, what? And she'd stick her head around with, pardon? I wouldn't be a bimbo and be all, what? It's not like I was being a rude moron. One time my friend told me, Jaiden, I think you're the only person I know that says pardon. And like, that's all.
Yeah, like, I think it's only old people who say pardon. Like, my teacher, who's really old, okay, I'm not trying to be rude, but I guess he kind of is. If you're for my teacher, if you're watching this, then I'm sorry. But yeah, she says pardon most of the time, and it's like, I know you can be fancy, but you know you won't be arrested if you say what.
Fine and dandy. I could respect my mom's request to use an underused polite word. But I can't, because she's even worse. This is what she does. Mom, did you put my book somewhere? Huh? Objectively speaking, a what is exponentially better than a huh? I started mocking her whenever she did it, and then she gradually stopped bothering me about saying pardon. Also, I realized I never told you that I had a lisp as a kid. My parents meme on me about it all the time, and a running joke in the family came from when I used to be babysat by my mom's friend, who's Italian. Which means she'd talk like this and have her house full of a spaghetti, and oh mamma mia. I'm only half joking. She's very Italian. Yahoo! She would make pasta for me all the time, and whenever she would ask what I wanted for lunch, I would pathetically go, pasta with no sauce. I wanted pasta with no sauce. And now, if my family would be having pasta for dinner, someone would end up going, I don't have a lisp anymore. Sometimes it shines through when I talk too fast or get sloppy with my words, but somehow I fixed it by myself. In first grade, we were learning about letter pronunciation, and when we got to S, the teacher explained that some kids say S with their tongue, when it's actually supposed to be behind your teeth. And I was like, oh. So I stopped doing it.
Yeah, I don't think, your girl Kayla, she's been good with words from day one, and I'm not bragging about it, But yeah, like I guess the only thing I hard time saying was, so I used to say but then I took speech in kindergarten, and now I'm all good. Ding.
Cured. Who knew that if you've got a speech impediment or some sort of hindrance or obstruction in your life, just stop it. Simple. You've got cancer. No, it's okay. Just stop it. When I was learning how to swim, my mom and her friend, who also had a daughter my age, hired a swim instructor for us, and I don't remember a single thing about it except that she made us hang off the edge of the pool and just shimmy across the side. But I was terrified of these filters against the side and always refused to go across them because I was scared of being sucked in or something. I don't know how I passed that class because I refused to do the exercise. But at least I knew her eyes were blue. And then at the end of each lesson, she'd give us a piece of licorice, like we were dogs. I didn't like licorice. Oh yeah, and also this one time I almost drowned and died. So my parents were having a bunch of their friends over who also had kids for a pool party. There were a handful of pool toys like blow-up dolphins and beach balls, but we also had this floating foam mat. I was doofing off doing my own thing, and at one point when I was underwater, the mat drifted over top of me. When I had to go up for air, I hit the bottom of the mat, and I was like, uh-oh. Time for advanced critical problem solving. So if this mat is over top of me, I can't get up to the surface to breathe. So what do? I got it. I'll simply become a child Hercules and lift 3 6-year-olds from underwater into the air with my twig arms. Rather than using one of my 4 brain cells and swimming 2 feet to the side away from the mat.
Well, here's what I would do. It's kind of hard, cause like if she did she bump her head into it? Cause if she did, then I would just move a little and then go to the other side so I can't breathe there.
I decided to try and just bench press my way to survival. One of the adults realized I was being an idiot and also dying, and instead of being like, well, survival of the fittest, he dove in and saved me. So I didn't end up drowning of stupidity. Thank you, Mr. Chad. And now I'm here, on my own, moved to California, in my own place, not dead at the bottom of a pool, staring at everyone. Being honest, I love my family so much, and they've done so much for me. It takes a lot of effort to raise a person. Just think about how helpless and stupid babies are when they start out. They can't do anything. You can just put a baby on the ground and do nothing. Just leave it alone, and it'll just... pathetic. I'm so thankful and lucky my family's so supportive about everything I've been able to do, because I know not a lot of parents are like that. They even helped me sell merch at VidCon. They were so happy about it too. They came up to me after every day like, oh my gosh, Jaiden, everyone's so wonderful. The people who watch your videos are so sweet. Someone asked me to sign their shirt, so I just wrote Jaiden's mom. I was really nervous to pursue this career path because it can be a bit unpredictable, but the fact that they're so proud and encouraging has helped me do so much more.
Yeah, see, that's why family always matters, even if you're going through tough times.
Than I ever would have thought I could if I was alone. So thanks, Mom and Dad. Brown, Hazel. So I just got back from VidCon.
Okay, so that was great, and I kind of like Jaiden. I like how she said she has Asian blood, and I kind of like Asian. But anyway, yeah, both of those videos were great. And yeah, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.